Number 10 up against Felix Hernandez.
Well, Dan Herron's been throwing the ball so well. He hasn't got a ton of run support in his homestand. A couple of 1-0 victories. He's going to face a tough one in King Felix. But Dan Herron's a guy all about throwing strikes. He establishes the fastball in the inner half, finished off with a nasty split-finger fastball. Probably his best of the season last time out in that 2-hit shutout. King Felix, although he's a reigning Cy Young Award winner from last season, he's been very good this year. Hasn't pitched particularly well against the Angels. This 4-8 mark. Fastball command hasn't been quite as good this season, so he may be able to give up some home run balls early in the season, early in this ball game. 8-7 mark so far, good ERA. Cy Young Award winner last year, but Dan Herron's been throwing the ball so well of late, including a 1-hit shutout and a 2-hit shutout this season. Back-to-back 1-0 victory.
Yeah, remember Dan's coming off that 1-0 victory over Justin Verlander and the Detroit Tigers. The Halos on this homestand 10-2 with an opportunity to sweep the Mariners and make it 11-2. Just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return. Angels baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back. 2 chicken patties, bacon, and melting cheese, served with a 20-ounce drink and small seasoned curly fries for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. A perfect day for baseball. Great day to be out on the beach. We've had some great crowds here at the Big A throughout this homestand, and why not, as the momentum continues to build. The Angels have played exceptional baseball, 7 games over 500 at the start of the day at 49-42, a game back of the Texas Rangers. Texas hosting the Oakland Athletics. in Arlington this afternoon. The Seattle Mariners, on the other hand, in third place, 6.5 back of the Rangers at 43 and 47. They've got Ichiro leading things off in right field. Brendan Ryan is the shortstop. Dustin Ackley's at second. Justin Smoke, the cleanup hitter, and first baseman. Adam Kennedy will serve as the DH today. Franklin Gutierrez is back at center field. Josh Bard giving Miguel Olivo the day off. The switch-hitting catcher will bat seventh. Kyle Seager still looking for that first major league hit, will bat eighth and play third base. And Greg Hallman has played some left, some center, and back in left field this afternoon. And he will bat ninth. Against Dan Haren, a 9-5 record in a 2.65 ERA.
Boy, you look at that strikeout total, 107 compared to walks. It's 18 walks on the season and 125 and 2/3 innings pitched. And throwing the ball exceptionally well, 3-0 in his last 3 starts, including no earned runs in his last 16 1/3, which he's had to pitch excellent baseball, winning both of those games 1-0.
That was that matchup against Justin Verlander and the Detroit Tigers, and the Angels making it stand up. That was that disputed call at first base. It kind of led to the one and only run for the Angels. It eventually got not only Verlander, but Jim Leland and Rick Porcello ejected from that game. So credit to Dan Haren to kind of stick it to the game plan and limiting a very good offensive team in the Tigers and picking up career win number 100. Ichiro set to lead things off here this afternoon. The Mariners right fielder, 2 for 5 last night, hitting .273 with a home run and 23 runs batted in. Breaking pitch is a little bit high, and it's 1 ball, no strikes in that start against the Tigers. 9 strikeouts for Dan Haren, 2 hits. Ichiro rolls it foul, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you can see the theme of the Angel pitchers against Ichiro, make him hit off-speed pitches. And then when he's thinking off-speed, then you can try to get the fastball upstairs by him.
Kayas went on the grass at third base, and this one bounced towards second base. Ibar has to hurry with the transfer, and he gets Ichiro for the first down. That ball took like a weird hop, almost skipped by Ibar over the bag.
Yeah, especially early in the game after the infield dirt has been wet down. And of course, the grass, the same thing, a little skip action, but Ibar is so athletic at that shortstop position, not only be able to field that ball, but the transfer and the strong throw to get Ichiro going down the line.
Third consecutive game in which Ichiro has led off the ball game with a ground ball to Eric Ibar. So the first down is recorded. Here's the shortstop, Brendan Ryan. He had a 1 for 5 night last night. It was a single that came in the 5th inning. Showing Button takes a strike. The Angels picking up the victory last night in grand fashion, a 9-3 win over Michael Pineda. He and Mark Trumbo kind of atop that rookie class in the American League right now. Pineda drops to 8-6, but certainly showcased why everybody keeps talking about him as a runaway guy in the Rookie of the Year balloting. And of course, you can't say that quite yet, the season that Mark Trumbo's having right now. 16 home runs.
On pace for 28 on the season. Trumbo is getting better and better every at bat. I'll tell you what, Pineda's got great stuff. He started off about 90-91 the first inning. By the 4th or 5th inning, he's throwing 98. Should be a good battle between those two.
The 1-2 from Haren. It's down low. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And of course, the Mariners have a lot of young players on their 25-man roster. Guys making their major league debuts this season. Greg Hallman in left, Dustin Ackley, Kyle Seager, Pineda, just to name a few. Carlos Peguero. This one lined into center field, and that is going to fall for a base hit. Haren going with a fastball there, and Ryan spins it back into center. 1 out. There's a man at first for Dustin Ackley. Take a look at the AT&T defense behind Dan Haren. Vernon Wells in left, Mike Trout at center, Torrey Hunter in right, Alberto Callaspo and Eric Ibar on the left side of the infield, Howie Kendrick and Mark Trumbo on the right, Jeff Mathis behind the plate.
And Torrey Hunter's done a tremendous job in the right field, covering a lot of ground. No errors this season. 8 outfield assists, 9-time Gold Glover in center field. He's done a tremendous job making that transition to right field. Very effective throwing arm and an accurate one also.
Pitch missing down low. Ackley went 2 for 5 in last night's game, raising his average to .303. He has 3 home runs, 9 runs batted in, a couple of doubles, a couple of triples.
Brendan Ryan, definitely a stolen base threat, has 5 stolen bases on the season. Dan Haren, pay attention. We'll use that slide step. We'll hold the baseball well.
That one into the dugout. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
One of those oddities, Brendan Ryan is a pretty solid hitter, but he's had a lot of success against Dan Haren. 7 for 16 now in his career. Sometimes it's hard to explain how some guys see the ball so well against certain pitchers, and vice versa.
Taking off is Ryan to throw down for Mathis, not in time, a stolen base. And for Ryan, his 6th of the season.
Pretty good jump. High throw and able to get that slide in on the base. Pretty good, decent throw for a pitch to be able to throw for Mathis, but he got underneath his transfer and got that ball up. Sybar tries to apply the tag before Ryan got the foot on the bag.
Pickoff attempt, and Ryan back in there. Seattle last night 4 for 12 with men in scoring position. In the series, they've hit .304. Get a ball. They've lost all 3 of the games played this far. The 1-2 to Ackley. It's down and blocked by Mathis. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good idea ahead of the count. Tried that split finger fastball, which was so effective for Dan Haren last game out. Probably the most consistent one he had this season, although it's been good. But the other day was just fantastic.
Ackley fouls off the 2-2 pitch. Now we're still at 2 balls and 2 strikes for the product of the University of North Carolina. Ackley, the 2nd overall pick in 2009. Seager, the 3rd baseman, the 3rd round pick. Both guys playing at North Carolina.
Pretty good team to pitch for if you're in college. Those 2 guys swinging the bat for you.
Long look in for Haren. And now he settles on the pitch. 2-2. That's down and in. Full count. It's a Mariners team that has struggled offensively all season long. Lasted pretty much every category. Average, runs, slugging, on base percentage. 12th in home runs hit, but they have pitched exceptionally well. 2nd in the American League in staff ERA at 3.22. The Angels just behind him at 3.27. And he loses Ackley here via the walk. So 2 on and 1 out for Justin Smoak. First baseman. He's played first base twice in this series, and he's been the DH twice. Hit the ball hard several times last night, but nothing to show for it as he went 0 for 4. The average at .232, 12 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Do you think there's any smack talking between Smoak against Ackley Seager combination since Smoak went to the University of South Carolina?
Yeah, well, Smoak wins that argument.
Upstairs.
Couple national championships.
That's right. 1 ball, no strikes. You think they just got to turn the conversation if you're Ackley and Seager just right to basketball?
Yeah, just go, yeah. Hey, how many championships you won in basketball? 0. At least of recent time, anyhow. North Carolina, one of the best basketball programs. But the baseball program, solid, but South Carolina has been good for a long, long time.
1-0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Haren have a tough time with that feel for pitches in the inner half of the plate against the left-handed batters. Although Smoak is a guy, though, if he hits the ball on the ground, you have a great chance to turn it a double play. He's hit into 8 double plays this season. Got to work down in the strike zone away.
Rolled foul. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. $18 pitches thrown by Dan Haren here. At the top of the first inning. Got Ichiro to ground out. Got ahead of Brendan Ryan before he singled into center field. Then he stole second base. Then he walked Dustin Ackley. 2-1 pitch. Smoke lifts him in the air towards center field. Mike Trout has a beat on it. Brendan Ryan looks like he wants to tag. Trout's throw goes to shortstop Eric Ibar, the cutoff man, and both runners advance. Trout in that instance right there caught that ball flat-footed.
It looked like that ball had a little late carry for him. Usually a fly ball like that as an outfielder, you get yourself back and then you aggressively come in as the ball's coming towards your glove, so you have momentum going in your direction. He's going backpedaling as he catches the ball. That's what Brendan Ryan read, and that's why he tagged up and went to third base.
So 2 outs now. Runners at second and third. Adam Kennedy, the DH, is in at the plate. Kennedy went 1 for 4 last night. He got to start at first base.
And a little different feel for Mike Trout out in center field here as compared to night games. The ball carries completely different during the day, so he'll learn that after that one play. So back first and then come in.
Kennedy rolls it foul. And Herron quickly ahead at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Scary. Ball going to the stands.
Bright sunshine, too. Not able to see it. It's a high split finger fastball from Dan Herron. Generally, you don't think of early point of the game being a big point, but when you're facing a guy like King Felix, who's got great stuff, you never know what type of game he's going to have. You can't afford to give up anything early in the ball game. So a big pitch here for Dan Herron to try to get through with no damage.
The 23rd pitch of the inning is fouled back. Count remains at 0 balls, 2 strikes. Toughest part for a starting pitcher, too, to kind of get that feel, figuring it out. Maybe you had it in the bullpen, maybe you didn't. Trying to figure it out as the game progresses.
That's why most pitchers early in the game are throwing a lot more fastballs to get a feel for the mound before they work in their secondary pitches.
0-2. There's a fastball that just missed in off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, went 2-seam fastball. We're pretty close.
I think Kennedy thought perhaps he was going to get rung up. Not quite the Miguel Olivo step toward the dugout move, but pretty close. 1-2 pitch. Kennedy flips this one into left field, a base hit. Ryan will score. Ackley will score. It's 2-0 Seattle. Adam Kennedy with his 29th and 30th runs batted in.
Well, those are the type of swings that get you frustrated on the mound. You make a perfect pitch and a batter don't even take a full swing. But he makes contact. That's his job. Survival mode. Nasty pitch. Half swing. Flares it through the infield. And gets 2 RBIs out of that swing. Especially after the pitch before looked like it might have got the inside corner. Good return in tennis.
Yeah. Here's Gutierrez, the center fielder, hitting 192 with a home run, 8 runs batted in. He had the night off last night with Hallman getting the start at center field. Gutierrez in Friday night's game ended up going 1 for 4. So 2 runs in for Seattle here in the first, a long top of the first inning. 0-2. Jerry Davis, the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes today. Greg Gibson is over at first. Sam Holbrook at second base. Todd Tichenor, home plate umpire last night, is over at third base. There's Holbrook, who rejected Eric Wedge, a skipper of the Mariners. Lifted in the air down the right field line. This one will tail into the seats. The count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Matter of fact, Eric Wedge had some things to say about the non-call. Hank Conger at the plate on the 3-2 pitch eventually led to a walk. Mark Trumbo was going on the pitch. Oliva threw a strike to second base, and Trumbo would have been out. Strike him out, throw him out. But instead, they put runners at first and second with nobody out. And the inning kind of exploded on Michael Pineda. Breaking for second base is Kennedy, and there is the 3rd out. But Seattle strikes first to get a couple of runs on 2 hits. Nobody left on base. We hit the bottom of the 1st. It'll be Ibar, Hunter, and Abreu against Felix Hernandez with Seattle on top. This afternoon, Eric Ibar will lead things off playing shortstop. Torrey Hunter is batting second, playing right field. Bobby Abreu, the DH. Vernon Wells, the cleanup hitter at left. Howie Kendrick at second. Alberto Callaspo back to the starting lineup at third base. Mark Trumbo picked up his 16th home run last night at first base. Jeff Mathis doing the catching. And Mike Trout, who picked up his first major league hit last night, a bunt single, is batting ninth and playing center field. Taking on the 25-year-old from Valencia, Venezuela, by the name of Felix Hernandez.
Well, Felix Hernandez, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, has dominating stuff. When he's on his game, very difficult to hit. Fastball, 92 to 97, above average curveball, plus slider, and a plus changeup. So he's got 4+ pitches when he's on a roll. Very difficult to hit. Bottom line, a lot of fastballs early, and that's where the Angels hitters have had success against him throughout their careers.
Ibar steps in and takes a fastball for a strike. Eric last night went 1 for 4, hitting .283 on the season, 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in. He's got 17 doubles, 5 triples. He pulls this one foul, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Felix Hernandez, last year Cy Young Award winner, as Gooby mentioned, at 13-12, a 2.27 ERA. He threw 249 2/3 innings and struck out 232. Second straight season in which writers basically chucking the whole win-loss thing and determining the Cy Young Award winner. Zach Greinke the season before.
Yeah, there was no doubt in my mind Felix Hernandez was the best pitcher in the American League last year. I don't care how many games you won or lost. You're throwing 250 innings and in that many strikeouts under those conditions, which you don't get a lot of run support. Shows you how good he really was.
Randy Johnson, the only other Mariner to win a Cy Young Award back in 1995. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ibar, leading things off here for the Angels, down 2-0. Ibar, Hunter, and Abreu against the guy they call King Felix. Scary, only just 25 years of age, as Ibar pulls this one. And off the glove of Justin Smoak, normally a slick fielding first baseman, could not handle that. What an Eric Ibar picks up a base hit. We'll take a look at the defense behind Felix Hernandez for this afternoon's game. Hallman in left, Gutierrez in center, Ichiro in right. Seager, Ryan, Ackley, Smoke from third to first, and Bard behind the plate.
We've seen Brendan Ryan make some solid plays defensively at shortstop for the Mariners this season. Has made 8 errors and a fielding percentage of 979, but it's been very good as far as going to the back end. Covers a lot of ground. Strong throwing arm from that shortstop position.
There's Torii Hunter. Had a huge game last night. Takes inside. 3 for 5 with 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in on the season. Now at 247, 11 bombs, 45 RBIs.
Felix Hernandez allowed 16 stolen bases against him this season, so that even though the Angels are behind 2-0, that will not slow down Mike Scioscia and the Angels.
Torii takes a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Bard just playing in his 7th game behind the plate. 1 for 5 and throwing out would-be base stealers. Quick throw to first, and Ibar is back. Eric, the team leader in stolen bases for the Angels with 17. Bobby Abreu second with 13. Peter Borges is third with 11. The Angels overall 6th in that category in the American League. Torii pops this one foul behind the Mariners dugout. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Angels last night offensively racking out 12 hits, as did the Mariners. Raised the average overall for the team 1 point at 257, 7th best in the American League. The 1-2, and it's a breaking pitch down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Felix Hernandez in his career, a 4-8 record and 21 starts against the Angels. And a 4.18 ERA, this being his first start of the season against the Angels. 75 career wins since 2006.
Pretty impressive for that age, too, for both Weaver and Hernandez.
Ibar takes off. It's a swing and a miss. The throw down from Bard is not in time. It's stolen base. The man in scoring position with 1 out. Bobby Abreu coming up.
17 stolen base allowed by Felix Hernandez, and the 18th stolen bag on the season for Eric Ibar. Good jump. Easily getting in there. It's just a matter of him being able to stay on the bases. He slid by it.
Halos last night 4 for 8 with men in scoring position. In the series 8 for 19. That's a .421 average. And as they struggled through the first 3 series, situational hitting, they've picked it up here against the Seattle Mariners. Remember, at one point the Angels, was it during the Tiger series? Collectively in the homestand, they were under 200 with men in scoring position, but still had swept the Nationals. Took 2 or 3 from the Dodgers, on the way to take 2 or 3 from the Tigers. Bobby takes a strike, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, with that victory last night against the M's, 8 straight series the Angels have won. These are those games there you want to keep that momentum going as the All-Star break starts tomorrow.
Major League Baseball futures game tonight in Phoenix. Bobby chops this one right back to the big right-hander. 2 outs. So Ibar remains at second base, and here comes Vernon Wells. Vernon went 2 for 5 yesterday. He's averaged at 225, 13 home runs, 34 runs batted in. Outfield straight around against Wells. Vernon takes the breaking pitch a little bit high. Halos trying to get at least one of those runs back. The Mariners scored at the top of the first against Dan Herod. On a couple of hits and a walk. Fouled that one back. 1-1.
Pretty good pitch to hit. Vernon was hoping that get that fastball in the inner half. First pitch slider away. Harden's going to have to talk to him right now and say, we want to go away on Vernon as much as possible. If we're going to go in, we're going to show off the plate in. You see him setting away. That ball is right down the hard inner half, and that ball was nearly out of the ballpark. Just got underneath it. Good swing for Vernon against Felix Hernandez.
One. 1-2 now.
Over the great changeup there. He's got a plus changeup.
That'll even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Felix Hernandez at 17 pitches thrown here at the bottom of the first inning. Has a strikeout. Give up a leadoff base at the I-bar, and he promptly stole second base. That's where he stands right now with 2 outs. The Mariners on top. 2-2 on its way. A full count. Howie Kendrick on deck. He's the proud owner of an 18-game hitting streak. Longest by an Angel this year. Longest of his career by 2 games. And a 16-game stretch in 2006. And extended that hitting streak last night with his last at-bat, a base at the left. Here's the 3-2. Vernon taps it foul. This one off his leg.
And that running inside fastball right off his foot, he fouled it. As the stride out right off around almost the ankle area.
Reset and do it again. Here comes another 3-2. Vernon takes a called strike 3. That will end the bottom of the first. No runs, a hit, a man left in scoring position. 1 complete. Seattle leads it 2-0. The all-time best closers in Major League Baseball. Throwing out the ceremonial first pitch here in honor of the 50th anniversary of Angels baseball. Brian, kind enough to join us here in the booth. Great to see you as always. You look good, my man. I mean, you look like you can get that ceremonial first pitch was firm.
Well, I did a little practicing before I got out there.
Just a little bit?
Yeah, I saw Willie last night, so I made sure I didn't want to bounce it.
Well, yeah, and we gave him as much grief as possible about that, too.
And I've heard some of the other stories, so I was trying to get it to Hunter in the air.
The funny thing is that you opted to go without the Letterman's jacket on this nice cool day here in Southern California.
See, that's a veteran move.
That is a veteran move.
Yes, that's smart.
Yeah, they didn't force me to wear the jacket, so that helped.
How have you been? I mean, you've been serving as a pitching coach in the Rockies system the last couple of seasons. Still doing that, or is there still any interest in doing that?
Maybe getting back into it. I've got a couple other things going on. I'm designing some hitting stuff and pitching stuff, so probably have that coming out at the end of the year. So
nice.
Looking forward to that.
Well, I remember over the years on that opponent's dugout, watching you come into a ball game as a fly ball out here to center field, just watching you come in. I just knew I could go upstairs and take a shower because the game was over. You had the most devastating, would it be called a split finger fastball or a forkball, would you call your pitch? It was, whatever it was an automatic out.
All I did was spread my fingers and throw it hard as I could.
Yeah. That was it?
That's what Joe Coleman, he's the one who taught me that.
How has that pitch evolved? I mean, I guess if I remember correctly, as a young man watching my dad coaching with the Cubs, saw Bruce Sutter close up, and it seemed to be he was the guy that kind of started that trend at the major league level.
I would say he started it. You know, Roger Craig had all of his guys throwing it a lot at one time, and I think a lot of arm injuries come from this pitch. But for me, it's the best pitch in baseball. It's really hard to read. There's nothing to see. No spin. I know some of the guys get it to tumble a little bit, but for me, there was no spin, and I threw a couple that hit in the grass that guys swung at. So
really?
Yeah.
We saw Dan Hare throw one to Josh Bard there.
For me, it's the best pitch in the game. There's not very many guys throwing it anymore. I know it's tough, but I wouldn't trade what it got me.
Well, Mike Scott and, of course, Jack Morris. I mean, I used to sit there and watch it, and the swings, you're right about that. Some pitches in the grass, and they're swinging because it's a different, you mentioned, a different rotation of the baseball. Hitters read the spin on the seams of a slider, break ball, or fastball. They could never be able to read that.
Yeah, that's correct. It was harder to read. Yeah.
Now, do you try to teach anybody that pitch at all on the minor league level?
We did at the minor league level. Some guys still the Rockies organization was not big on that pitch, so not very many.
Bard has a 2-ball, 2-strike count. I got to ask you, going back to after you left the Angels, you were an expansion pick of the Florida Marlins, and you had a chance that season in particular, I remember, to work with not only with yourself and Charlie Huff being the veteran guys in that rotation, but you had Rob Nett at one point, and also
correct.
Trevor Hoffman. That's not bad, the two guys to have under your tutelage there, learning how to close games at an early age.
You know, when we traded for Nen halfway through that season, he was a starter when he came in. I saved his first game, his first big league win down there, and like you say, Trevor was in the bullpen with me. We traded him a little bit later. But, to be in the bullpen with Nen and Hoffman, that's pretty good company right there.
Yeah, they talk about the nasty boys in Cincinnati. That's unhittable boys down there in your bullpen in Florida.
Yeah, that was a couple pretty good arms down there.
Hey, did you enjoy that part of it, the mentoring part of it? I mean, after you get to a certain age, I would imagine, whether you're a starter or a position player or even a closer, that you start kind of feeding the information along and moving kids and kind of teach those guys a little bit.
Yeah, I enjoy that part of it. It's fun when you talk to somebody about the game and you see them go out and use it and have success. That I like that.
Is it easier for you to do that at the minor league level in today's game with the kids and be able to have it sink in more so than perhaps maybe at this level?
Yes, when we get, with the kids that I had for the whole year, yes, because we can start early. For me, it was more talking about the game than physically doing things. The thought process is not as good with those younger guys, I don't think.
Mike Trout thought about going after it. The ball kind of skipped by him. And Seager ends up at third base. That's his first major league hit. And it comes with 2 outs here in the second.
Yeah, Jordan Walden making his first All-Star game closing. And he was a guy who was a starter, too, in the minor leagues before coming into that role. Now, were you a starter, obviously, in the minor leagues, or were you always in that bullpen position?
Now, the Angels had never seen me pitch, so I had to start the first 7 games in Quad Cities. For the first 3 innings, I was pretty good. Not so good in the 4th, not so good in the 5th. I made it to the 7th one time. So Joe Coleman came in probably not halfway through the season and said, "You're going to the bullpen." So I was pretty pleased with that.
That pitch fouled back. The lineage here, too, as far as Angels closers. That's pretty good. I mean, you go from Donnie Moore to Brian Harvey, to Troy Percival, to K-Rod. I mean, that's some consistency right there.
And Lee Smith was even.
Lee Smith, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big man running out there for the bullpen. Took a while to get there, but that was a big man.
He has to be the slowest moving man on earth.
I'll agree with that. I got Finding Kangaroo Court over him because I grew up watching him and wanted to be like him. So we're in Boston, and you know how close the bullpens are. He's loosening up. I'm standing up watching him. So they got me in Kangaroo Court on that one.
0-2 pitch. Hallman goes down swinging. Brian, always a pleasure. Going to get a chance to catch up with you, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Dan Haren picks up a couple of strikeouts here. We head to the bottom of the second. Seattle's still on top. Mariners still up 2-0 as we start the bottom of the second. Our thanks once again to Brian Harvey for joining us here in the booth. Just an all-time great guy, laid-back country boy from North Carolina.
Oh, he's the best, man. I'll tell you what, I was completely honest. When he came in the game, there was absolutely no chance. You were just hoping maybe just to get a foul ball. You certainly weren't going to get any runs.
Right.
But just a foul ball was good enough.
Howie Kendrick leading things off here against Felix Hernandez, followed by Alberto Callaspo and Mark Trumbo. Hernandez had a couple of strikeouts in the first inning, gave up a leadoff base hit to Ibarra. Eric was stranded at second base. 2-0 pitch. Howie pops this one up to shallow right. Dustin Ackley, the second baseman, with the call. One away. Fans of the Angels Kids Go Beyond program honors children who have gone above and beyond to make a positive impact in the community. Also, at select home games, the Angels will honor those children selected during a special pregame ceremony. Visit angelsbaseball.com/go-beyond to learn more and to nominate a child that goes beyond. So 1 out, nobody on for Alberto Callaspo, going the pant legs pulled up look today. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Alberto with the night off last night. Got the start at third on Friday night. And went 1 for 4 with a base hit, hitting .274 on the season. He's ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes.
Bottom line, against Felix Hernandez, the Angels have had success getting him early in the ballgame before he gets on a roll. You do not want to let him to get comfortable. When you have 4+ pitches, you got to get him early.
There's a base hit into center field. Second hit of the game for the Angels. This one comes with 1 out in the second, and we'll bring up Mark Trumbo.
Himself in a good count, good hitters count, 2-0. Fastball down, stay with it very well. A lot of times we've seen over the last few games for Callaspo, he gets himself out in front, hits a fly ball to left field with that pitch. That time kept his hands back through the baseball.
Mark Trumbo coming off a 2 for 4 game, which included his 16th home run of the season. 39 runs batted in. They'll take inside for a strike with a slider, catching the inside corner. Mark second on the team in runs batted in, behind Torrey Hunter, team leader in home runs. The Angels have 3 guys that are in double digits in that category. Trumbo at 16, Wells at 13, Torrey at 11. And the home run has been prevalent on this homestand compared to how the Angels started their season here at the Big A. 1-1 pitch, pulls this one foul. And it's 1-2. We go back and take a look at that home run. It got out in a hurry.
And he had that good weight shift and got the bat head out through that pitch on the inner half of the plate. And that ball, you're right, Victor, got out in a second. An impressive start here to the first half for Mark Trumbo. Establishing himself, knows he has the opportunity to play every day, doesn't have to worry about anybody else taking that spot. He's worked hard, made some adjustments from the beginning part of the season till now.
1-2 goes down swinging, and there's out number 2, third strikeout for Felix Hernandez. Callaspo still over first base. Jeff Mathis will step up. Jeff's had a couple of days off with Hank Conger getting back-to-back starts Friday and Saturday. Jeff hitting 193 with a couple of home runs, 12 runs batted in. The game on Thursday, the opening game of this series, he ended up going 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Fouls this one back above our heads.
Pretty good hack at that one. Jeff Mathis has 5 hits and 27 at bats against Felix Hernandez, but 2 of those 5 hits have been home runs. A pretty good hack at that one.
Pulls this one to the left side. Seager has it go off his glove and into left field. Callaspo all the way to third. Should go as a base hit for Jeff Mathis. Seager just kind of a outstretched, couldn't come up with it, deflected it enough just to get it by Brendan Ryan, the shortstop.
So most times you think, well, you got to let that go if you're a third baseman. When you have the force play at second, that's the play you're going to try to go to instead of having a shortstop have to go to the backhand, but just off the end of the glove. Deflects by Ryan, maybe a break. The Angels have taken advantage of every break they've gotten in this homestand. They played exceptional baseball.
So the Angels with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Here's Mike Trout. 1 for 3. A bunt base hit. First major league hit last night. Takes a breaking ball down and away. Trout scored 2 runs in last night's game. Did just get charged with his first major league error on that Seager base hit, but no damage done as Seager was stranded at third base. Herron struck out Hallman. Short lead for Mathis at first, and it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Good hitters count for Trout now. Trout hits the ball very well to right center field, keeps his hands back well. Taking off for a fastball away. Looks like that's the way he's going to have to go with that pitch.
And again, second time we've seen that fastball that bored once outside, starting middle part of the plate and kind of sinking back into what you would think would be a right-handed hitter's hot zone.
And he says this season, although still very good numbers, fastball command has not been there for him necessarily on a consistent basis.
Two-one, back up the middle, off the leg of Trout. He comes home, and for whatever reason, Callaspo was jogging home, and he's thrown out to end the inning. 2 in the books. Seattle still leads it. play that ended the bottom of the second for the Angels. Kind of a jog and a little bit of a sprint, and then I don't know where Alberto thought he was going. It's not as if he's going to get in a rundown with 2 outs. Poor base running on the part of the Angels' third baseman.
You got to force that throw to first base, or if there was even going to be a throw, it would probably be base load. You're better off just staying right there at third base. Or if you get a good secondary read, you can score on that ball if they're going to throw to home. But the bottom line is you got to stay there and force that throw to first base.
Well, there have been some plays by the young man throughout this year where it leaves you scratching your dome, that's for sure. As Trumbo feeds Heron, and Ichiro's retired for the second time. 1 out here in the third. That'll bring up Brendan Ryan.
Especially when you got Eric Ibar will be coming up with the bases loaded. We've seen what he's done with the bases loaded twice.
You're down 2-0, and then not to harp on the topic, but I mean, aren't we all taught at a young age, 2 outs, you're busting hard because you have no idea what could happen. I mean, I had no idea Felix Hernandez was going to come home on that play. It wasn't a forced play.
I don't think he did either.
Right. He realized, obviously, that Mike Trout's got some wheels, and once that ball went up in the air, it was going to be a bang-bang play at first. Brendan Ryan takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Ryan had a base hit, a stolen base, and a run scored in the first, so he's 1 for 1. No balls, 2 strikes. Dan Heron picking up a couple of strikeouts in the second. He has 2 punch outs in the game, 1 walk, and 3 hits allowed, 2 of the first, 1 in the second. Fastball got him looking. Down goes Ryan, 2 outs.
Perfect spot. Great sequence by Dan Heron. After the slider, comes with a fastball. Freezes Ryan, who's thinking all speed pitch.
First pitch swinging is Ackley into right field. Torrey Hunter with a diving catch. Lands on his side. Hopefully he's all right. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dan Heron.
Boy, that is an extremely hard play to make. Leaps, makes a great catch. Giving up the body once again, Torrey Hunter.
That's that same side that he hurt down in Miami. Terrific catch, leaping up at the last minute to rob Ackley of extra bases.
See, a lot of people will just play that ball off the wall and just give away a double, but not Torrey Hunter. He plays the game old school, giving up his body to make the play, diving. No errors in that right field position this season. 8 outfield assists, getting high fives from his teammates because he knows his responsibility is being that leader of this team.
Eric Ibar, Torrey Hunter, Bobby Abreu here in the 3rd inning. Seattle with 2 runs in the 1st. Ibar had a base hit that went off the glove of Justin Smoke in the 1st inning. He's 1 for 1. Hernandez ahead of the count at no balls, 2 strikes. The Venezuelan right-hander with 3 strikeouts, no walks, 3 hits allowed. Gave up that base hit to Ibar in the 1st, 2 knocks in the 2nd. 0-2 outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down in Texas, scoreless, Athletics and the Rangers. That game flying along. Top of the 6th.
Trevor Cahill on the mound for Oakland with that power sinker.
Two is fouled back. Alexi Ogando, the Rangers, named to the All-Star team today.
And what a transition he's made out of the bullpen to that starting rotation.
Cahill's going up against the left-hander Matt Harrison in Texas. The Rangers have won 6 consecutive games. Maintain their lead in the American League West. Ibar loops one out toward left center field. Gutierrez got a terrific jump on it. He'll make the catch for the 1st out. Kids at Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Fox Sports West is looking for members for just $18. Members receive a Kids Club hat, a Kookie pen, a lanyard, 2 ticket vouchers, a pass to be first in line for kids on the bases, and more. Log on to angels.com/Junior Angels to sign up today.
You need to get one of those pens.
The Kookie pen?
The Kookie pen, yes.
Torrey looks at a fastball up and in. Hunter 0 for 1. Strikeout victim. Did in the 1st inning. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Felix Hernandez got to the big leagues for the 1st time in 2005. That fastball paints the outside corner. 2-1. Pitched in 12 games, 12 starts in 2005. First full season of the big leagues, 06. It's 12 and 14. There's a strike. 2-2. A 19-game winner in 2009 with a 2.49 ERA, and then he followed that up with the Cy Young Award last season. 2-2 on its way. Breaking pitch, and that is looped into right center for a base hit. Torrey is on board as Ichiro gets the baseball backward. And they'll bring up Bobby Abreu.
Torrey 14 for 43 against King Felix. It's a break the ball. The body opened up a little bit. He kept his head back and his hands through the strike zone and hits that ball into right field for a flare base hit. Not a lot of movement on his head, which is important, even though the hips opened up on that breaking ball because of the speed differential between that and the fastball.
Bobby hit a little dribbler back to Felix Hernandez in the 1st inning, so he's 0 for 1. Bobby 1 for 11 in this series against Seattle. count evened up at 1 ball, 1 strike. On the homestand, hitting just .237. Overall in the month of July, a .179 average. And it's dipped his overall batting average down to .279. This after a terrific month of June. He's hitting .325. As we asked Torre last night after the game, as he pitches outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Do you like the fact that you're getting an all-star break now, the way the team is playing? He responded, he's feeling good. He would like to keep on going. And I could imagine that's the case for guys that are feeling good and swinging the bat well, but the guys that aren't, right now, Meister Steer's been scuffling a little bit. Bobby's been scuffling a little bit. Yeah, those guys probably would like that break.
Yeah, they recharge the batteries. But the weird thing about the all-star break is it's a weird feeling. It feels like when you're off those 2 or this time 4 days, it seems like it lasts forever. It's almost like you got to go through a whole spring training, and that's why Mike Scherzer will have that workout on that Thursday before going up to Oakland.
The Angels have runners at first and second. First walk of the game for Felix Hernandez. There's Vernon Wells, struck out looking in the first inning. He's got Torre at second, Bobby at first. Vernon looks at a strike. That base on ball is picked up by Bobby Abreu. Is 1,400, we're being told, of his career. Go along with the 1,300 runs batted in. Patience. 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Seattle getting 2 runs in the first inning, courtesy of a flare base hit off the bat of Adam Kennedy, the DH. 2 strikes, just kind of protecting. And flipped it into left field. And that brought home Brendan Ryan and Dustin Ackley, who were at third and second, respectively. The Angels have had some base runners. They've stranded 3. They've had some opportunities. Just not been able to put it together yet against Felix. This one is popped up behind the plate. Bard battling the sunshine, and fortunately for him, that ball landed in foul territory. He tried to follow it as much as possible, especially immediately following ripping off that hockey goalie mask of his. He was battling that sunshine the whole time.
Especially when you're going back for the baseball like that. It's really tough to be able to pick up and see. I mean, that was a pretty curious pitch by Felix Hernandez coming inside with a fastball. That ball was right down the inner part of the plate.
This one looped over to third. Seager can't get it. It's a foul ball.
Keep in mind, with Felix Hernandez, 10 wild pitches. With a couple pitches on the inner half, this is the time where he'll try to go that nasty breaking ball. Has a tendency to bounce that pitch.
0-2, fouled back. That one off the mask of Bard. The count remains at no balls, 2 strikes. Mentioned that the Angels have had some base runners in this game. 0 for 3 with a man in scoring position so far. Another 0-2. Another foul ball. Keeps coming after him with the fastball.
Missed some spots with the fastball, too. Getting some pretty good pitches for Vernon to hit. Just fouling them off.
Quick visit to the mound by Josh Bard. Torrey Hunter's at second. He had a 1-out base hit to right center. Bobby Abreu drew the walk. He stands at first. Got him swinging. 2 outs. So it's going to be up to Howie Kendrick here with 2 outs and 2 on. Howie popped out to Ackley at his first at bat, and that came leading off the second inning. Breaking pitch a little bit high, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like just by the reaction, body language wise, that Felix thought perhaps he had a strike there. It's 1 ball, no strikes instead. Howie fouls it off to the right. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. A couple of teams have already started their all-star breaks. Some finals already in Major League Baseball. Toronto beating Cleveland. Washington shutting out Colorado. Pittsburgh beating the Cubs. Philadelphia 14-1 winners against the Atlanta Braves. Florida Marlins defeated the Astros. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What about Jose Bautista hitting 2 more home runs yesterday?
Why do they still pitch him? Remind me again.
No reason. Just want to give up some home runs, some souvenirs.
Yeah. How about the game at Yankee Stadium? James Shields had a terrific year against CC Sabathia. 1-0 Yankees win. That's what pitchers do. Howie hits one out to deep right center field. Gutierrez giving chase, and onto the warning track. He'll make the catch almost more right field than anything else. It's the 3rd out. The Angels leave 2 more men on base through 3. Seattle still leads it 2-0. Top of the 4th inning, Seattle leads it by the score of 2-0. Dan Haren with 3 strikeouts so far. And since we're at the All-Star break, might as well reveal our picks for the the mid-season awards, which mean absolutely nothing. MVP, Cy Young, and Rookie of the Year. We agree at 2 of the 3.
Yeah, I mean, Cy Young is a toss-up. Both these guys have been absolutely outstanding. I think when all's said and done, it'll be a toss-up at the end of the year between the Cy Young vote. Verlander's been outstanding, pitching well again today. Jerry Weaver's been unhittable with an unreal ERA in the American League. So it's going to be a tough one either way.
I think as far as Rookie of the Year goes, I think it all depends on, to be honest with you, how many innings they allow Pineda to go. If they start to really limit his innings, especially if they drop out of it, then, and Mark, assuming he maintains a halfway decent pace, then I think he totally runs away with it. But if Pineda is going to throw 175, 185 innings and he's still dominant, then it's going to be an incredibly tight race.
Real tight. And the fact is, a lot of times when it comes to that voting, an everyday player will get that slight edge if he can be consistent.
with your at-bats, as Mark Trumbo certainly has been this year, that he might get the edge. But it's going to be a great race. Pineda is every bit as good as I heard he was.
Trumbo's got the 2-bouncer off the bat of Justin Smoke, and there is out number 1 to start the 4th inning. I think Adrian Gonzalez is a runaway right now as far as MVP. And when you look at the pitching categories, start breaking things down, and of course, Verlander's thrown a no-hitter. Verlander is a guy that lives in the triple digits, mid-90s to triple digits as far as the fastball, and it's electrifying. Jared's not that type of pitcher. But when you look at the numbers, I mean, they are virtually identical. Verlander slightly ahead on the strikeouts, 18 more strikeouts, but everything else, whether it's home ERA, road ERA, day ERA, all that kind of stuff, Jared has the edge, and obviously is the leader in earned run average by quite a bit at 1.86. Verlander's at 2.26.
Yeah, not many people can take 4, sometimes 5 out pitches to the mound on any given game, and Jared Weaver has that ability.
And Kennedy goes down looking for out number 2. The rumor, and it has not been debunked, is that Jared Weaver will be getting the start for the American League on Tuesday night. Probably limited as far as innings or pitches thrown.
At least Mike Scioscia would hope.
Yeah. Although Ron Washington's the manager of the American League,
he
we might be going CG.
He goes, how you feeling? I feel good. Well, can you give me another 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 innings?
That stuff never goes on.
No,
It
never.
never crosses your mind.
Never.
The team that's right behind you in the division and their ace.
Yeah, I lucked into a couple All-Star games. Tom Kelly was the manager, of course, was the Minnesota Twins manager, and then Tony La Russa, who was the manager of Oakland, was in Kansas City. So, yeah, you stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Do a few extra pitches.
It would be pretty cool to have Jared start it, Jordan Walden finish it, making a W for the American League.
Get home field advantage.
That's the beauty of making it count.
Especially when your league wins. Then you get a chance to get Game 7. You know how important Game 6 and 7 were here in 2002 on their way to their championship, the Angels.
One ball, 2 strikes. Always good on a warm day.
Yeah, it's never sticky at all.
Melts everywhere. Just missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gutierrez, who hit one out to center field that Mike Trout caught in the second innings. Was 0 for 1. Aaron now with 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. Has settled down since that first inning. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gutierrez. Make that 5 strikeouts for Dan Harris. Now retired 7 consecutive batters. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Angels down 2-0. ended up going up the first base line. I held up my hands at 3-1 count. I thought the last pitch that Bobby ended up running up the line was ball 3. And it turns out it's exactly what happened. It was a 3-pitch walk. Second time that's happened to the Seattle Mariners. You go back to Saturday's game against the Padres with Doug Fister. That's Cameron Maybin.
That ended up being the only run they scored.
Yep.
And he scored that run. Well, for Bobby, he's walked so many times. He said, you know what? I was going to walk anyhow, so 3 balls is good enough.
Well, I mean, when you're that good.
When you have 1,400, you go, you know what? I could afford that. I'm going to take the next pitch anyhow, so we're in the ball.
Callaspo fouls it back. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll be Callaspo, Trumbo, Mathis here in the 4th inning for the Angels against Felix Hernandez, who has 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits allowed. Callaspo with a base hit in the 2nd inning is 1 for 1. Texas has scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. They lead it 2-0 against the Oakland A's. They're looking for their 7th consecutive win. Callaspo pulls this one into right field. He's got a multi-hit game. Leadoff man on board for Mark Trumbo.
Boy, 2 really good at-bats against Felix Hernandez in this game. Just coming into the game against Felix is 3 for 15, which is a 200 batting average. 2 good swings. Leadoff batter on now. A man with power who can tie the game up at 1 swing.
Trumbo strikeout victim in the 2nd, so he's 0 for 1. Swings and drills one down to left field line. This one's got a chance. Goal! Big fly for Mark Trumbo. His 17th of the season ties this game up at 2.
Boy, it's good to have power in that lineup to change the score that quickly. That ball was crushed. And you're talking about against a great pitcher in Felix Hernandez, Mark Trumbo. 17th home run, 41st RBI. Then a tough fastball again. Was supposed to be located outside. Runs back in. Look at that spot where right-handed batters just love to crush the ball, especially when you got that type of pop.
He's been having troubles against right-handed batters and getting that fastball down and away. Mark Trumbo did not waste it. 17 home runs on the season. 3 straight games with a big fly as Mathis hits this one off the end of the bat. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. Jeff Mathis with a base hit his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. We'll see. We picked him. It's all our doing.
Well, there's no doubt about it.
That in the new field here, courtesy of you two.
See? You're a believer now, aren't you?
Comes into play. Mathis strikes out.
Now the ball carries so much better with the new surface.
Yeah. You got to love the selection by Mike Trout as far as his walk-up music is concerned. Miley Cyrus's Party in the USA. And it is, now that Trout is up in the big leagues.
He's about the same age as Miley, too, isn't he?
Yeah. I think you're right.
I think she is 19 now.
Breaking pitch is in for a strike. I got a feeling that may be maybe Torrey or Vernon.
Yeah, that's got
sending up a message.
I
went over to the entertainment section of this level that handles everything here in the ballpark. Mike Trout just saw 3 pitches and goes and sits down. No party in the USA with that at bat. But I asked, because someone had asked me via Twitter, I believe it was, just a couple days ago, what his walk-up song is going to be. And so I went over there and I asked, and I said, nothing's come up, and they just play certain things. He said, as a matter of fact, Peter Borges has not requested a particular song. They've played whatever they've played. I don't even know what it is for Borges. He hasn't said anything about it, and that's the one they continue to play. So they figured we'll just play whatever comes up.
Here he comes. Here comes Speed Racer for Borges.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's the first time that Mike Trout's gone down via the strikeout in his major league career that has spanned 2+ games. So he got that one out of the way. Ibar fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. Unless he is, Mike, of course, a huge Miley Cyrus fan. And it's possible. You don't think so?
No.
She's cute.
Yeah, but no.
No?
No.
Wasn't that Nick Johnson's walk-up
Yes,
song
it was. Yes, it was.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Didn't quite work out for
No.
Nick and the Yankees.
Nope.
Again.
That's second or third time he went through the Yankees at that point.
Yeah, he's been there a couple times. Ibar 1 for 2 with a base hit, a stolen base, and a fly ball to center. Fouls it off to the left.
Well, similar to Dan Haren, Felix Hernandez has good gathering over the pitching rubber too. That slight body turn to give himself real good balance.
He started that just a couple of years ago. Kind of a Louis Tiant thing. You know, sometimes you get guys, and you could obviously attest to this, guys that have firm stuff, firm fastballs. You get anxious. You kind of get overly anxious. Your arm starts to drag a little bit and you start missing upstairs. As Ibar chops this one over to Seager, cuts in front of Brendan Ryan. That'll be the 3rd out. So he incorporated that to kind of slow himself down a little bit. It certainly worked over the last couple of seasons. Mark Trumbo, a 2-run home run here in the 4th and 17th of the year. 4 in the books. This game is tied at 2. Fifth inning, Mark Trumbo with 1 swing at the bat, taking Felix Hernandez out of the ballpark. Dan Haren has retired 7 consecutive hitters, facing Josh Bard, the catcher. Bard, a strikeout victim his first time up. Swings and loops one down the line. This one is going to be a fair ball. A double for Josh Bard. The Mariners have the leadoff man in scoring position to start the 5th.
Number 50, third baseman, Kyle Seager.
Well, that's a difficult thing. A leadoff double changes the whole complexion of the game. If you're a pitcher on the mound, now all of a sudden you're trying to think, okay, I got to go away, force him to hit something to the left side of the infield if you can, or a strikeout or a medium fly ball. You don't want him to advance to third base with 1 out.
Kyle Seager takes a strike. Seager got his first major league hit in the 2nd inning. That's that ball that skipped by Mike Trout. Seager ended up at third base and was stranded there. Fouls this one off his foot. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Advantage, as you point out, about a leadoff double and changing the complexion of the inning is that you have a guy at second base that does not run that well. So base it into the outfield, you have an opportunity to either keep him at third base, keep a double play in effect, or possibility of play at the plate. I mean, just looking at the glass half full.
It's a good way to do it.
0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, missing outside. Aaron has 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits allowed now. Seattle getting 2 runs in the first inning. The Angels getting their 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Aaron's been a lot more economical since that 28 pitch first inning. 15 pitches in the second, 6 in the third, all 6 strikes, 11 in the fourth. Two, missed inside, a full count. Like Dan wanted that one.
Pretty close pitch. A couple times he's tried that part of the plate against left-handed batters, has not been successful as far as getting that strike called.
That one missed inside as well. Second walk issued by Herron puts 2 men on here with nobody out. Hallman coming to the plate.
Coach asking Gary Davis, where was that pitch inside? Was it inside or was it in the strike zone? He says, no, it's inside. When you have a catcher not moving to go up back-to-back pitches, unless he's setting up off the plate, generally you're going to get one of those.
Swing and a miss. This 0-1. Hallman a strikeout victim in the second. 0 for 1. Kayaspo just about even with the bang at third. In what you would think would be a sacrifice situation with Ichiro on deck, nobody out. No balls, 2 strikes. But I guess at this point, if you're Eric Wedge, I guess you try to find the balance between developing young players and playing to win games. Obviously, everyone plays to win games, but this might be a situation where he looks at, says, you know what, I want him in an RBI situation. I want to see what he can do.
With a pretty good batting average coming into the game here. The reality is you have Ichiro coming up next. The guy's been the most consistent hitter with guys in scoring position. 8 times a day, Dan Herron's had 0-2 counts. So that one time you got to be able to finish off and get a strikeout here.
Got it. 1 away.
Nice little slider right on the outside part of the plate. Gets Hallman swinging and missing on that. That's perfect location. And looks like a bad fastball because there's not a lot of break to it. Only about 4 or 5 miles off the fastball speed. But that sharp break at the end gets a swing and miss.
Ichiro's 0 for 2, twice having grounded out, once to short, once to first. Takes a strike. Josh Bard, the catcher, is at second base. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, is over at first. No balls, 2 strikes. Outfield very shallow against Ichiro. That's probably about as shallow, I think, as we've seen the Angels outfield play against Ichiro. See the approach now against Herron with an 0-2 count, 2 men on. Got him swinging, down goes Suzuki, 2 outs. He wasn't just trying to flip one into left field for a base hit on that swing.
Yeah, he was trying to do some damage. He didn't like the fact that everyone's playing so shallow against him. Yeah, cut fastball. Elevated. Couldn't get his hands up and through that swing.
7 punch-outs now for Herrin. Pretty good company since 2006.
Very impressive. And a lot of times when you talk about strikeout pitchers, nobody puts Dan Herrin's name in that conversation. But when you think about what he has as far as taking his arsenal out to the mound with that fastball, split finger, slider.
Little liner to Eric Aybar, and Dan Herrin puts 2 men on base and gets out of it. We're into the bottom of the 5th, tied at 2.
The Angels coming up to hit in the bottom of the 5th inning to score tied at 2. This summer, My 13's comedies are more than hot. They're sizzling. Catch all the funniest episodes of My Name is Earl, King of Queens, How I Met Your Mother, and Seinfeld all summer long on My 13. That is sizzling.
Sizzling, huh?
Like, hot.
Oh, well, now I understand it since you explained it to me.
Oh, my hands are on fire.
Like a sizzler steak.
Oh, sounds good. All-star break.
Salad bar. Torrey Hunter fouls off the first pitch. Any big plans for the All-Star break?
No, just
hanging out.
Just relaxation.
Torrey 1 for 2, had a base hit in the 3rd inning. Behind in the count now, no balls, 2 strikes. Outside. That's one of the few fastballs we've seen Felix kind of take with him to the outside corner. It missed off the plate. It's 1-2. Off speed, chopped up the third base line, foul. Todd Tichenor, the third base umpire, making the call immediately.
Again, as an infielder, you want to go through with that play just in case it's called. Darren Seager did a nice job of just making sure and throwing that ball across the diamond. Would have been a great play.
Just below the knees, 2-2. I think Vernon Wells in the dugouts and they're going, why didn't I get that pitch in the first? When I went down looking.
Torrey Hunter.
That's right. 2-2. Torrey chopping this one toward the hole. Brendan Ryan has it. Off balance still. There's down number 1. So 1 for 3 game now for Torrey. 1 out here in the 5th. Here comes Bobby Abreu. Bobby with a bouncer back to Felix and a 3-pitch walk. Or 3-ball walk, I should say. It wasn't a 3-pitch walk. A walk nonetheless. Hits this one out toward left center field. Gutierrez to his right, puts it away, 2 outs. It's the only walk, by the way, in quotation marks, that Felix Hernandez is allowed today. Go with the 6 strikeouts.
Number 10, left fielder,
Retired first 2 here in the 5th inning. And 5 in a row since giving up the home run to Trumbo. The fastball misses down low. Vernon 0 for 2, twice has struck out. Also learned today that Michael Pineda is the 3rd Mariner to make the All-Star team. He was announced about 45 minutes ago, joining this young man here, Felix Hernandez, and Brandon League, closer for Seattle. Breaking pitch is popped up left side of the infield. Kyle Seager comes charging in, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Felix Hernandez. 5 in the books. We are still tied at 2. Hey fans, on Tuesday, July the 19th, the Angels taking on the Texas Rangers. 7:05 start. And original owner Gene Autry will be inducted into the Angels Hall of Fame. All fans in attendance will receive an Angels Hall of Fame shirt, courtesy of Smile Generation. To purchase your tickets today, visit the Angel Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. Ackley, Smoke, and Kennedy against Dan Herron here in the 6th inning. Breaking pitch is a strike. Dustin Ackley, the second baseman, has walked and scored, hit a fly ball to right. This one lifted in the air to left field. Vernon Wells makes the catch for the first out. That, to me, and we talked about it a couple times now, first time I've really seen Dustin Ackley on a consistent basis. That seems to be the place to get him, middle half of the plate, away from him.
Exactly. It reminds me a lot of Johnny Damon when he first came up at a major league level. Very good. Everyone thought because of their swing and the way they open up, they're going to close their stance as the fastball's coming inside. But that's the pitch he wants you to throw in, something on the inner half that he could turn on. Stay away.
This one lifted in the air to shallow right. Howie Kendrick going out. Torrey Hunter coming in. And Howie, fighting the sunshine, makes the catch for round number 2.
I think you just stay away. getting back to Ackley, he's got a good swing, but he'll make that adjustment because you can tell he's going to hit very successfully at the major league level. But until he starts to hit that ball hard to left field, just go all speed and fastballs in the outer half and let him hit that ball to the left fielder in the air. You can even bring him in a little bit because he hasn't shown that he's going to drive it over your head quite yet.
Adam Kennedy takes up and away. 79 pitches thrown by Herron. There's a strike. 7 punch outs, 2 walks, 4 hits allowed. Kennedy has one of them, and it brought home 2 runs in the first inning. His 29th and 30th runs batted in. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And the same thing with Adam Kennedy. He's a guy that, not your typical left-handed batter. He likes the fastball and all-speed pitches up in the strike zone.
Trumbo giving chase. He'll run out of room. The count is now at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Even though he has an uppercut swing, he's very effective on pitches up. And if you can throw that split finger fastball running down and away, although he did get the base hit on a pitch down and away at his first at bat and got those 2 runs across, but it was a half swing on it.
This one out to Vernon. Dan Herron. Another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning with this game still tied at 2. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 2. Felix Hernandez, Dan Herron showcasing what we thought we would see here this afternoon, even though Dan threw 28 pitches in that first inning and gave up a flare. That's a legit flare to Adam Kennedy. It counts nonetheless. It put the Mariners up 2-0, but Dan has settled down. Felix Hernandez, he gave up a 2-run home run to Mark Trumbo. But both guys have pitched very good baseball. And here in the 6th, the Angels sending up Kendrick, Callaspo, and Trumbo.
And as the norm, both these guys are going to be going deep into a ball game.
Yeah, this isn't the game that you're trying to get some work for your bullpen guys as you head into the 4-day All-Star break.
No.
Howie Kendrick shooting one out toward right center field. Ichiro calls off Gutierrez, and Howie is retiring for the first out here in the 6th.
These 2 baseballs he's hit pretty good in almost the exact same spot. Last time Gutierrez came over and caught that ball. This time Ichiro calls him off and makes the play.
Alberto Callaspo has a couple of base hits, 2 for 2. 1 run scored. That was in the 4th. Trumbo hit that home run. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Two 2-0 now. Looked like Felix stumbled dealing with that landing spot.
Also realized Callaspo's had 2 really good at-bats against him so far with 2 base hits. trying to force that pitch through. Didn't have good balance when he landed.
And it's 3-0. Three and one. Trumbo on deck. Mariners with 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They've stranded 3. The Angels 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The Halos have left 3 on base. Caspo shoots one over to short. Brendan Ryan has it. 2 outs. Mark Trumbo coming to the plate. And this is what Notre Dame said before Trumbo's at bat last time.
A man with power who can tie the game up at one swing. Well, I only said that because of the new surface here. That's why. I felt comfortable about the carry. Hit the field now.
That's why he is the master of the obvious. He really is. He's Mark Gubicza.
I try.
1 in the 2nd. Legend in his own mind. 0-1 pitch. He's down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Incredible stuff. The home run Trumbo hit 17.
I'm lost right now.
Are you?
Yeah, that's a shocker, too.
I didn't mean to embarrass you. I mean, that was some good stuff. Breaking pitch. Boy, that really fooled Trumbo there. You see that action from a right-handed batter that they called jelly leg. It's 1-2. Like Felix trying to hump up on that fastball. Overthrew it. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, he could do some different things with the fastball. He doesn't really pump the fastball up there at 97, 98. They really even settling around. His next pitch will be pitch number 100. So he's had a tough time. We talked about he's very good this season, but not quite as good because of the fastball command. Overthrowing some pitches, trying to force it through the zone.
Trumbo puts one out toward right center field. Gutierrez is there. He'll make the catch. That will end the inning as the Angels go down in order. 6 in the books. This game still tied at 2. Dan Haren to face Gutierrez, Bard Seager for the Seattle Mariners. Halos looking for their 50th win of the season. They are 49-42. Seattle at 43-47. And by all indications, the Angels needing a victory to remain a game back in the Texas Rangers. As Gutierrez drills one out to deep left field. Vernon Wells is going back at the...
Well, anytime a baseball's hitting the air in the daytime here, you get a little nervous thinking that might get out of the ballpark. And Vernon kept drifting back. A pretty good pitch to drive. And you could see by the reaction of Jeff Mathis, he thought that Gutierrez might have gotten that baseball, but right by that 387 sign, Vernon Wells brings it in.
Josh Bart swinging first pitch, rolls it foul. And it's no balls and a strike on the Mariners catcher, who struck out in the second inning, doubled, and was stranded in the fifth. It's an inning in which the Mariners got their first two men on via the double by Bard, the walk to Seager. But then Herron struck out Hallman, and each run got Ryan to hit a little soft liner to Eric Ibar. No balls, two strikes.
Like 10th time in this game so far for Dan Herron. Head of the count 0-2. That's exactly what you want to be. That's why he's so effective. He's a strike thrower, a guy that has the ability to finish off hitters. But that first pitch strikes, second pitch strikes, puts the hitter on the defensive.
Outside, one ball, two strikes. Herron now having thrown 87 pitches, 62 for strikes. Just missed off the plate, going away from him. 2-2. This one towards center field. Mike Trout is under it. 2 outs. Kids, the Rally Readers Club, presented by Beach Pit Barbecue, is now looking for kids to win great prizes for reading. Rally Readers, again, yes, I'm joining. Also get the chance to take part in a special reading on the field here at the Big A. For more information and to sign up today, log on to angels.com, visit the fan section.
Rally Readers.
I guess I've got to volunteer.
You do that while I run the bases. That'd be perfect.
Oh, man. That would be a sight for sore eyes. Kyle Seager, 1 for 1 with a base hit and a walk. Ground ball to second. Howie Kendrick, a little bit of a bobble. But Dan Herron has himself a 1, 2, 3, 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A, and we are still tied at 2. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T. Find out more about AT&T U-verse. It's TV like you've never seen before at AT&T.com. AT&T, rethink possible. Tied at 2 here at the Big A. Angels looking for the sweep of the Seattle Mariners. 10-2 so far on this homestand and trying to pick up their 50th win of the season.
Angels, please sweep my dad's team. Dad's got to take that jersey off.
Yeah.
Junior's done. He retired. Although, arguably one of the best swings in the history of the game.
I sure hope they've got a good relationship.
Either that, he's got to find his own way home.
Mathis, Trout, Ibar, 8-9-1 for the Angels here against Felix Hernandez. Jeff looks at a fastball right down the pipe. Jeff 1 for 2, had a base hit in the second inning, a strikeout victim in the fourth. Felix Hernandez with 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 6 hits allowed. That includes Mark Trumbo's 17th home run of the year. They tied this game up at 2 in the fourth. Mathis lifts one in the air to left. Hallman comes in, waves off Brendan Ryan, and there is the first out of the inning. Since giving up that home run, Felix Hernandez has only retired the last 10 consecutive hitters. He's now at 103 pitches.
That's the thing. If you can work some long counts here, you could probably get him out here of the game here by the end of the 7th. Some good at bats, put some pressure on him, go get down to that bullpen.
Carl Willis, the pitching coach, just on the phone. Trout gets jammed. Fouls one off to the right. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. David Pauley appears to be the first man up. Pauley was the guy that gave up the game-winning home run to Mark Trumbo in Friday night's game.
Nice to get Trout on base with that speed he has, and Felix Hernandez susceptible to the stolen base.
Mike 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Grounds this one back to Felix. 2 outs. Fans, now is the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the summer. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy a game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. To reserve your suite today, call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/suites. So 2 outs, bases clear for Eric Ibar. He's got a 1 for 3 game. Base hit back to the first and a stolen base. That game in Texas, a final now. Rangers sweeping the Oakland Athletics and winning their 7th consecutive game, shutting them out 2-0. Texas goes into the All-Star break with a 51-41 record. And with at least a 1-game lead. Oakland now at 12 games back. They've lost 4 consecutive games. The break probably couldn't come at a better time for them.
Tell you what, it's going to be a fantastic race here in the AL West. Texas has certainly pitched better than anticipated. The offense has always been there.
Ibar pulling one into right field. Ichiro comes in and makes the basket catch for the 3rd out. 7 in the books. This game still tied at 2.
a little flare. Adam Kennedy, since that point, his fastball command, his slider, hitting his spots, jumping out in front of the hitters. 0-2, 10 times in this ball game. Of course, Woody also has that ability to go upstairs with a cut fastball to get Ichiro in a key spot. 7 punch outs in 7 innings, just 2 earned runs allowed for Dan Haren.
9-1-2 for Seattle. Greg Hallman, Ichiro Suzuki, Brendan Ryan. 93 pitches thrown by Haren. Hallman 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts for him. 7 overall punch outs for Haren, 2 walks. Ground ball, weakly hit towards short. Ibar's got it. 1 out. We were just talking about the American League West. Let's take a look at the American League in general. Red Sox a game lead on the Yankees. The Indians a half game back of the Tigers. Tigers did a nice job finishing strong against the Kansas City Royals, and then you see the West.
When the White Sox just got back in there, got the 500 now, falling 4 games under 500. The All-Star break. But I'll tell you what, Bud Selig won at this, parity in the game. He certainly has 3 great races in the American League.
Ichiro's 0 for 3, including a strikeout. Flips this one over to second base. Howie Kendrick has it. 2 outs. So 2 quick outs for Haren. And here comes Brendan Ryan. The shortstop, 1 for 3. Base hit and a stolen base, as well as a run scored in the first inning. A strikeout in the third and a line out in the 5th. Ryan swinging first pitch, fouls it back. No balls and a strike.
Well, just looking at the location of that fastball, even at the 97th pitch of the game for Dan Haren, that is exactly where he wanted to throw that fastball. Outside corner at the knees. Brendan Ryan's going to jump out, try to hit that fastball, but it was at a perfect spot. Great command. It's because he has that good balance over the pitching rubber consistently.
1 ball, 1 strike. $39,505 here at Big A. Great crowds throughout the entire homestand, the longest of the season. The pitch is inside, 2-1. After the break, the Angels go to Oakland for a 4-game series that includes a doubleheader next Saturday. And then a quick homestand, 3-game series against the Texas Rangers, their first visit to Southern California this year. As that pitch catches the corner. And it is 2-2. The Angels go to Texas 1 more time. And the Rangers come here 3 times. Still, all 3 in the second half.
The Angels have played very well against the Rangers here.
2-2, check swing right back to Haren. He has himself another 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning with this game tied at 2. 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Felix Hernandez is done after 7 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs, including a home run to Mark Trumbo, his 17th of the year. Adam Kennedy had a 2-run single in the first. We had the bottom of the 8th, a 2-2 tie. Happy 29th birthday once again.
Hey, cameraman. It's good our cameraman was able to find that.
I love the crown thing that she was wearing.
Yeah.
See a lot of those in Vegas. Allegedly. David Pauly comes into the game for Felix Hernandez. 5-2 record, a 1.55 ERA. He'll be facing Torrey Hunter, Bobby Abreu, Vernon Wells here in the Angels half of the 8th.
Good fastball, 89 and 92, curve, slider, changeup. His out pitch, changeup. Well, that's worked pretty well.
Yeah, a couple of chimney sweeps here at the game today.
There's no sunlight getting through those things. It's perfect. Good coverage.
Straight out of Mary Poppins. 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Torrey 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 3rd. Remember, it was Pauly that gave up that home run to Trumbo. The walk-off to dead central. Torrey got jammed and fouls it back. So it's 2-2 now.
And this is the time where Pauly will throw the changeup. Spots the fastball, not overpowering, but spots that fastball, then sells the changeup very well. Good arm action on it. And he's exactly going to throw the changeup.
Torrey flips one out toward left center field. That's going to get down for a leadoff base hit. Off the end of the bat, perfectly cued. We'll bring up Abreu.
The changeup off the changeup.
Yep.
Boy, he sold this one very well. Pauly on top of it, down. Torrey continues that good swing. Couple hits in the game again today. Maybe he's right. Maybe he wants to keep on playing. Maybe he'll be one of the replacement guys in the All-Star game here, the way it's been going. Keep the swing right.
A ton of replacement guys. You figure there'll be a lot more after action today. There's Bobby Abreu. 0 for 2, including a walk. 1 ball, no strikes. No action in the Angels pen, so it looks like it's Dan Haren either way.
Well, Dan Haren's averaging probably just a little bit over 7 innings per start. He's a guy between Jared and him, and of course Irvin Santana gives Mike Scioscia so much flexibility out of that bullpen. Pinheiro 7 innings last night.
A nice job by Bard to keep that ball in front of him. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Torrey remaining at first base.
A nice job by Bard getting his body across, keeping the glove down as you're shifting your body. A lot of times the catcher will move the glove away from the body, but he's able to keep that down towards the ground and keep that ball in front of him.
Bobby pulls it towards second base. Ackley's only play is going to be to first. Got a long way to go to his left. Torrey advances into scoring position with 1 out. Vernon Wells coming to the plate. Vernon this afternoon against Felix Hernandez went 0 for 3. A couple of strikeouts and a popper. A cue shot off the changeup for a base hit would work perfectly. Torrey with a pretty good lead at second base, and Pauly making sure.
Well, in this spot, if you're Torrey Hunter, unless you know you can walk to third base, you're already in scoring position for one of your hottest hitters on this homestand, and in particular for the last month or so. Base hit will score you.
1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's that on-speed pitch. Halo's 0 for 5 with men in scoring position. Vernon himself 0 for 2. He's been so good in those situations. His previous 23 games, an average of 444, and still can get the job done here. 1-1 pitch, foul back. 1-2. That go down into the press box there?
Yeah, I think so.
Tim Mead again?
Yeah, I think Tim Mead might have played it off his chest to keep it in front of him. Still with the play at the plate.
What kind of guy he is.
Yes, he is.
The veteran Jamie Wright now up and playing catch. Howie Kendrick is the man on deck. Popped up on the third base side. Seager and Bard both with no room. The count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Torrey Hunter with a base hit to left center field to lead off this bottom of the 8th. The 7th hit for the Angels today. In scoring position, courtesy of the ground out by Bobby Abreu. 1-2, breaking pitch. Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, that locked up Vernon. Missed by a lot, maybe a little high.
Two. Got him with the off-speed pitch. 2 outs. Hey, subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. MLB.tv Premium lets you enjoy HD quality home and away coverage, multi-game view, and the ability to pause and rewind live games. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Bard now calls time and wants to go talk things over with Paulie. Howie Kendrick 0 for 3. Trying to continue his hit streak.
And what a time to be able to try to continue it right now. When you get that base hit to go up to 19-game hit streak, but also potentially give the Angels the lead.
Torrey getting a big lead at second base. The breaking pitch is down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Howie's popped out to Ackley, the second baseman, and hit a couple of drives to the alley in right center field. One that was tracked down by Gutierrez to enter third. The other one, Ichiro, tracked down leading up to 6th. 2 balls and no strikes. Paulie thought he had that one.
I think they're going to walk and take the chance with Teoscar.
Yep. His second intentional walk to Howie Kendrick this season.
I think like when Bard went out to talk to Paulie, the discussion was, do you want to try to go after him or take your chances with Teoscar coming up next? You see by the off-speed pitches 2 in a row that they weren't going to throw anything close to the plate, trying to get Howie to swing at something out of the zone. Fell behind, decided to walk him.
So Teoscar, who has 2 hits today, 2 for 3, a couple of singles and a run score, gets an opportunity here to drive in the go-ahead run with Torrey Hunter standing at second. Kendrick at first and 2 outs here in the 8th. The Mariners in the 9th have Ackley, Smoke, and Kennedy, 3, 4, and 5. And it'll be Dan Haren coming out. Paulie's first pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Bard. 1 ball, no strikes. Talk about choking on the changeup there.
Nice job by Bard once again, and good communication with Callaspo to tell Torrey don't try that. And with a left-handed batter, a clear throw to third base. We're in scoring position. A base hit gives you the lead. Think in terms of secondary lead if you're Torrey Hunter. Some good arms in the outfield here for the Mariners.
2-0. Callaspo swinging 2-0, fouls it off to the left.
Boy, he's got to get back to those swings where he got the first 2 at bats for base hit, level swing underneath on that one on the fastball. And Hernandez said, hey, get a base hit here. I'll close it out for you.
Two-one pitch. Alberto drives into the alley and right center field. That will get it done. Torrey will score. Howie being waved around third. He will score a 2 RBI double by Alberto Callaspo, and the Angels are on top 4-2.
Just like that adjustment Callaspo made in the swing from the previous pitch to that pitch. Level swing, squared up the baseball, his third base hit. Clutch. 2-out double, driving in 2, giving the Halos a lead here with the bottom of the 8th inning. Oh, a much better approach. Callaspo, no doubter. Into the alley, scores 2 runs. What a great at bat.
Brings up Mark Trumbo. Intentional walk coming here to Trumbo. Jeff Mathis will get an opportunity, or so we believe, against Paulie. The double by Alberto Callaspo, his 12th. The RBI is his 32nd and 33rd. Go back to that at-bat for Callaspo, fouling off that 2-0 pitch. Down and in.
Well, you can see right there, just trying and hoping that Gutierrez sort of tracked that down. It was supposed to be a changeup down and away. Much of the play, Callaspo, much better approach, good swing.
Well, Jamie Wright's going to come into the ball game with 2 outs here. And Jeff Mathis due up. We've got ourselves a pitching change, but the Angels are on top by the score of 4-2. AT&T, rethink possible. Halos up 4-2. Pitching change brings us Jamie Wright, the veteran, with 2 outs here to face Jeff Mathis. Kind of a curious time to go to the bullpen. Intentionally walk Mark Trumbo. We were talking about during the break, if you want to make a pitching change, you don't like the matchup between Paulie and Trumbo, then why not, with Wright ready to go, bring him in at that point?
Especially Wright's a guy with a power sinking fastball. His fastball rushes up there to the mid-90s. He's got a good assortment of breaking pitches, a decent changeup. Different pitcher than Paulie. Paulie relies a lot more on location the fastball with an excellent changeup, but when he makes a mistake with that changeup, that's when he gets hurt.
Jeff swinging first pitch, chops one over to second. Eric Wedge is a genius. The damage is done as the Angels get 2 runs courtesy of the Alberto Callasco 2 RBI double. We head to the 9th with the Halos leading at 4-2. He's gone 8 innings so far, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and both coming back in the first inning. 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he'll be facing 3, 4, and 5. Ackley, Smoke, and Kennedy here for Seattle.
Certainly manageable pitch count, only 101 for Dan Haren. Generally, you could pencil him in from anywhere between 115 and 125 pitches if need be.
Ackley swinging first pitch and pulls one fair just inside the line. Torrey Hunter over there to pick it up, and it's a leadoff double for the Mariners' second baseman, his first hit of the game.
He come in the inner half once again on him. He's so quick on that pitch. Inside, almost either Johnny Damon or even Chase Utley on that ball. Short, compact swing inside. Right down the line, just past Mark Trumbo for a double down the first baseline.
Jordan Walden up and loosening now in the pen for the Angels. Justin Smoke, the batter. He's the first baseman, 0 for 3. Missed inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Haren wants a new baseball. 13 complete games in his career. Two balls and no strikes. Ackley over at second base. Here's strike 2 and 1. A double by Ackley leading off this 9th inning, the 5th hit for Seattle. And the first since the 5th. 2-1. Smoke swinging a miss. 2-2.
Great location on that. Either it's a slider or a cut fastball. below the hands. Justin Smoak, good location for Dan Herron.
Two on its way, and Smoak is swinging a foul tip, just got a piece of it. The at-bat continues at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Playing the cat and mouse game with Mathis behind the plate, setting up late. You have a base runner in the second base area, can give location of the pitch. So he waits to the last minute before he sets up.
Lance back to Ackley, another 2-2. This time he got him. There's out number 1.
Boy, that's a great spot, a gutsy spot too, especially late in the ballgame. A guy with power, and that cutter right on the inside part of the plate, underneath the hands. Cut fastball is one of those pitches you think in terms of fastball, but you almost throw like a football. It'll have that sharp little break.
Here's Adam Kennedy. Mariners DH 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. No balls and 1 strike. Seattle with a couple of runs, 5 hits, no errors, 3 left on. The Angels 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 7 men left on base. Seattle taking the 2-0 lead in the first. Mark Trumbo tied it up. 17th home run of the season in the 4th inning, and then Alberto Callas with a 2 RBI double in the 8th. This one hooked down the right field line, and it is foul. No balls, 2 strikes. .110 pitches thrown by Herron. 78 strikes. Didn't miss by much.
Boy, that's a good pitch.
And the slumping shoulders by Herron tells you he thought it was as well.
That's crossing that outside corner of the plate before it's caught by Jeff Mathis.
The 1-2. This one lifted in the air down the line. Long run for Vernon and Callaspo, and it drops foul. And so the count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes. Last 2 starts for Herron, 120 and 122 pitches. Has a 3-game winning streak, trying to make it 4, pick its 14th complete game. This one in the air, Callaspo calls off 5 ball, 2 outs. Mike Scioscia's coming out. And Mike Scioscia getting booed here with 2 outs. And Franklin Gutierrez coming to the plate. Dan Herron will depart to a standing ovation, and rightfully so, with the Angels on top 4-2. congratulates him, but I know the 39,505 here at the Big A certainly letting Soch know that they weren't happy with the call, but Jordan Walden comes in to try to close things out with a man at second base, and Franklin Gutierrez coming to the plate, the All-Star. 19 saves and 25 opportunities.
Well, he's been throwing the ball well. He's made some adjustments as far as his mechanics, too, because he has an unorthodox delivery in which he pushes off that pitching rubber, forces it towards the plate. If he lands straight, going to be in good position with that fastball. But what a job by Dan Haren once again.
Walden faced Gutierrez Friday night. That was that drive he hit to the alley in right center field that Mike Trout caught to set up the walk-off win. Ackley over at second base and 2 outs. Here's Gutierrez 0 for 3 today. The fastball is in there for a strike. Dan Haren 8 2/3, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits allowed. Breaking pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The win today would cap an 11-2 homestand, including the sweep of the Washington Nationals, the sweep of the Seattle Mariners, assuming Jordan can close the door. This one fouled off to the right. And it's 1-2.
Well, this is an excellent homestand.
One-two pitch. Fastball a little bit high. 2-2.
Well, it's exactly where you wanted to throw that baseball. Mathis sets the target up high. Gutierrez thought about going after that pitch.
Two outside. Full count now. Miguel Olivo, the everyday catcher for Seattle, has come out to the on-deck circle. Josh Bard got the start behind the plate today. Ackley with a leadoff double here in the ninth, stands at second base. Here's the payoff. Fouled back. Another 3-2. Fouled back off the mask.
He's had a couple good swings back-to-back on fastballs. 3-2 count. The best pitch to fastball, but you also have a great slider. You might think in terms of going after him with a slider here. That's a couple good swings in a row. Stay on top, stay with your mechanics, get on top of that slider and snap it off and finish it off.
Got him to reach. Fastball down and away. Got him swinging. Down goes Gutierrez. Light that baby up as the Angels complete the sweep of the Seattle Mariners, taking this one by the final of 4-2.
Boy, what a phenomenal homestand. 13-game homestand, 11-2 mark. Dan Haren, excellent in this entire homestand. Wins the ballgame today. Jordan Walden gets his 20th save. Great at bat there to get that lead by Alberto Callasmo. Mark Trumbo ties it up with a 2-run shot off Felix Hernandez. Is an all-around great victory. Torrey Hunter said it best last night. It's a team effort, and everyone is chipping in as far as helping the team win these games. The 50th win of the year for the Halos.
Dan Haren picks up the win And he is now 10-5 at the All-Star break. David Pauly takes the loss. He drops to 5-3. Jordan Walden notches his 20th save. For Mark Gubas and our entire crew here at the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas, thanking you for watching Angels baseball.